This video might just save you $198, because I'll be showing you how to use 2 little-known Procreate features that'll instantly improve your line art. And no, it hasn't got anything to do with adjusting your canvas size, streamline settings, or if you draw from your wrist or your elbow, although the latter is still preferable. Instead, these fresh new tips will solely focus on simulating different line weights, so you can get expensive looking line art without paying premium for pressure sensitivity, all just by changing around a few settings that you probably haven't even heard of before. Actually, even I didn't know about the second one until recently, and I've been using Procreate for 3 whole years now. Anyway, I'm not here to waste your time, so this first section is just for anyone who's still new to Procreate. If you don't care about being scammed, or you already know what I'm about to say, you can use the chapters to skip straight into the tips. But beginners, you need to know this, okay? Don't get ripped off when buying a third-party stylus. I'm assuming you most likely can't get an Apple Pencil, or you're still deciding if you should buy one, right? Well, I want to quickly explain how Lineweight works and why you can only get it with the Apple Pencil. So basically, your iPad can register 2 types of touch input, either from your finger or from a stylus with Apple Pencil technology. And most third-party styluses are very simple and only mimic the touch from your finger. Some more expensive ones will support pen tilt, but even if they claim to be pressure sensitive, this simply will not work in Procreate. Only an actual Apple Pencil will. Even the Logitech Crayon won't, which is the only other stylus officially compatible with Procreate. And in my country, it's only between $26 and $33 cheaper than what I originally paid for my Gen 1 Appy Pen, depending on where you buy it from, of course. So yeah, I'd only really recommend a third-party stylus if you don't want to draw with your finger while you wait to upgrade to an Apple Pencil. I started off as a finger artist for years until I was given this Adonet-3 stylus, which by the way I always pronounce Andonet for some reason, so whoops. Even though it isn't actually compatible with my iPad model, and it's annoying as heck to charge and it glitches, it got me through 3 years of making artwork on Procreate just fine. I've actually only been using the Apple Pencil since December 2023, so I don't want to make you feel like you absolutely need to get one right now. Alright, the first way you can improve your line art is by using the touch taper feature. To do this, you'll need to select whichever brush you usually use for your line art, tap it to open the brush studio, and then go to the taper section and adjust this slider here. Enabling this will taper your brush down at the beginning and end. You can also use the other sliders below it to adjust it further. Personally, I like to set the opacity to lower at the start, which works really well with my free custom line art brush that I'll be using. If you're changing over from Ibis Paint X, you might already be familiar with this, and if you do end up upgrading to an Apple Pencil in the future, you'll just want to use the normal taper, right above the touch taper slider. Unfortunately, this does mean you'll have to adjust all your brush settings manually from now on to get the same effect, but this is where my second method comes in. For this improvement, you'll want to go back to your Procreate canvas and tap the wrench icon at the top of the screen. Then scroll to Preferences and toggle Dynamic Brush Scaling on. For some reason it's reversed for me, so it's actually on when it's grayed out, but it should look like this on your screen. Now, just zoom in and out like normal, and the size will automatically adjust as you do. Notice how your actual brush size doesn't change on the sidebar though. It's subtle, but this is what I did before I used an Apple Pencil, and I still actually use it. Now, if after all this you're still not happy with your line art, then I've got an extra tip for you to try. Usually, this would be where you'd want to touch up parts of your line art even thicker, but I came up with a way to get a similar effect without needing to muck around retracing as much. To do this, you'll want to duplicate your line art layer, and then tap the adjustments icon at the top of the screen. Next, select Chromatic Aberration and move the slider just barely. I find this looks best when you use the perspective mode and drag the dot towards your focal point, or whichever part you want the line art to be thinnest. Next, take your line art color and clip it over top of the edited line art layer. You can play around with the opacity here if you want, but otherwise that's it. That's all you have to do. And to see how I do my line art in real time, or draw alongside me, check out this video here.